Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back button.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? Consistent times 10. Man, welcome to the Number Basketball Show. This your boy, Coach Lee. It's Wednesday night, 2 days away from the weekend. We're back at it like we're mad at it. It's time to run one with your guys. With that being said, my brother all the way up from the Northeast. What's up, too? What's popping, player?
Northeast speaking, you know what it is, man. We on the East Coast. It's March 9th. We lost Biggie some time ago on the East Coast, so you know the streets grieving today. But we here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yes, happy birthday to my baby girl, Jalise. She's 4 today. You know, so we about to have a little party tonight, man. Tune in, man. You know, as well as tune in every Monday through Wednesday. You know, sports talk with friends as we deliver goods, fire, and all that. You know?
No doubt, brother. Good to see you as always. Happy birthday to your daughter, man.
Yes, indeed. Jalise, baby, this show's for you. This show's dedicated to you. You're gonna rock.
Yes, sir. Man, so let's take a look at this week's power rankings. See how things may be shaping up in the NBA. And that's the Basketball Association. So, you know, like we normally do, I think we normally look at like the top 10 or something like that. Brief overview, you know. We spent some time on the top 5, but the top 10 coming into this week at 44 and 22, the Golden State Warriors. How you feeling about their ranking?
They've lost. They've lost. They've been on a skid. They've been on a bad skid. Despite all that, they have them number one. The rankings around this time kind of like gets in, so they're probably being judged on based on what they was doing beforehand. Yeah. This teams like this that usually go through this type of skid. For the Warriors, I feel like this is a kind of a good skid. Those skids are not good. I think it's good for them to go in it right now because when they rejuvenate themselves, what they've been doing prior to the skid, hopefully will come back to fruition. So I will halfway agree with them at number one.
Okay. What's up?
What's the word? Sitting on a relaxer, watching the Pelicans rise up in the rankings. Are they top 5 power rankings? Are they top 5 in the power rankings this week?
Not this week, but they getting there. They definitely ain't where they were. Let's look real fast where they at. Actually, they number 17 right now.
Number 17. I mean, it don't matter for them right now.
My bad. They're number 19.
Number 19, you know, it's okay, Pelicans, man. They're getting some wins right now. They're hearing some good news right now. You know what I'm saying? That monster might come back. You know what I'm saying? In time for the playoff push. You know, lost some pounds. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to the rankings.
They are 4-2 since the All-Star break. They're the number 10 seed right now. And predictions are they're going to pass the Lakers for the 9th seed before it's all said and done.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting right there to see potentially if he's not hurt, Anthony Davis, you know, and they end up playing the Pelicans in some type of playoff positions on the line. Yep. That would be awesome. The picture is Anthony Davis went to LA for all those pieces to go to New Orleans. So imagine how that would just like end if New Orleans was able to beat the Lakers or overpass the Lakers and get that spot.
No doubts, bro. So at number 9, you coming in at 40-24, the Utah Jazz. They were ranked number 4 last week.
Just like I said this last year too, it's just like so many times that this team is kind of normal right now. It's not the regular season dominance, and I mean that's due to injuries, trades, and they are in. But in all, I just feel like the type of team they've been the last few years and haven't been able to go over the hump, and the West is getting better. They're still a team that can be respected, still a team that's going to go out there and grind. But if they're not biting you in the regular season, then you're not expecting for them to bite you in the playoffs. So,
yeah, it's something different about them this year. I haven't been able to put my finger on it.
It's just a grind. It's just a grind. It's like how many years can you have Mitchell and Gobert as your 1-2? You tried the game pieces over the last few years for what Utah can give you. And ultimately, like we all always said, small market, most of the time is never enough. You got to have that Raptor Spurs where you get a Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? Or even the Golden State Warriors, you know what I'm saying? When you're going on championships already and then you're able to go get a KD. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of surge. Like the Jazz don't have that.
That's true.
They don't have that at all.
Number 8, Milwaukee Bucks. They're up 2 spots from number 10 last week at 41-25.
Core starting to try to come back.
Agreed.
They have some injuries too. Obviously the championship grind. Like I said earlier, you get back into that form, then they'll respect you ranking-wise. Milwaukee's looking like they're getting back to that. Chris Middleton had an awesome game the other night.
Yes, he did.
And once those players get back to, being healthy, they're going to be able to move some things. And you remember the piece that got in Serge Ibaka. That's going to become real handy come playoff time.
Yeah.
Can they repeat? That's the question. That's going to have to be answered. Can they go through? Because this Eastern Conference right now, it's kind of bumpy right now.
You think they can beat the Nets in the 7-game series?
I mean, they did last year, and they have the heart and will to do it this year. The question for the Nets is, can they gel fast enough with Ben Simmons hopefully coming back soon?
Right.
To be able to contend with a team that got you out there at 7 last year, but there was some things on the Nets side that didn't go their way. Do the Nets have the team this year to beat the Bucks? You would say probably not, but we shall see.
Makes sense. Number 7, the Denver Nuggets coming in at 40-25. They're up 2 spots from number 9 last week. And I believe this is with Jokic has been out a couple of games, right?
Jokic's been out a couple of games, been in and is dominating. You know what I'm saying? One of the top 2 MVP candidates, man. Shout out to the big men in the league. Shout out to the big men in the NBA. I said a couple years ago, man, that we need the big men back. And I'm liking the production I'm seeing from these big men. All big men. Shout out to all big men. You know what I'm saying? Putting their presence back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to guys like Rob Williams in Boston. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in Massachusetts. Shout out to guys like him that's able to not be injured now and going out there and just putting up something. You got to put up something. You know what I'm saying? Be respectable. Shout out to the big men. But Jokic and the Nuggets, what can I say, man? For what's been going on in Denver, that man is the truth. And this birdie's talking. Jamal Murray coming back. Michael Porter Jr., I hope he doesn't come back. Denver, maybe.
And they're getting something out of Boogie.
They might. Oh, I mean, that Boogie acquisition, I mean, Boogie's still a solid player. And it's going to help Jokic come time because he can deliver fouls and you can give him the rest. But Jokic is a beast right now. And Jokic is a guy that wants to play every game. He wants to dominate every game. And he's going to be on the scoreboard and doing every single thing on the stat chart every single game. But about Jokic, not even Jokic, shout out to them guys in the back. Shout out to the guys that's riding behind him. Because Jokic, the way he plays, he lets these guys ride. He lets them ride the car. So, this has been a very consistent team in terms of just having a great team for about a decade and a half. And they continue to have that. They run into the problem like the Jazz where they're in a small market and they just need that punch. With the value that they have on that basketball team, they can end up getting that punch, but how much is it going to be? But as long as they keep it respectable, they'll be able to compete. Shout out to the Nuggets.
No doubt. Number 6 at 40-25, up one spot for number 7. My Dallas Mavericks.
Shout out to Jason Kidd. First off, shout out to the haters too, because the haters are the reason why the Dallas Mavericks playing like this. Now, we can talk about May later on. Right now, it's very respectable basketball. We always ask who's going to ride with Luka when the time comes. Right now, seems like the team's riding for him. Defensively, they're riding for him. They're going out there, they're competing. Going out there against heavy teams, going out there smacking them. I lost money to the Mavericks last week. Luka Doncic is the story. Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like Jason Kidd is having that veteran type around him. And soon to be somebody with him. I just don't understand what Dallas is doing in terms of how they're building their team.
Agreed.
And that's what gets me. Because, like I said, in May, it may be a different story with these guys that are playing behind them. But right now, it's looking real good. And Luka's a top 5 player. And Dallas is playing like a top 10 basketball team right now.
True that. Something that surprised me is I hadn't seen him be this good since he's with Jersey. But shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie. He's been a pleasant surprise.
Shout out to Spencer because he got injured. He was a Brooklyn net. Brooklyn ended up dealing him. He got dealt to Washington, I believe, and Washington had a lot of negative things to say about him throughout the locker room and stuff in terms of his being a good teammate. And Spencer got a chip on his shoulder. And right there in Dallas, where we talk about who's those guys that's gonna, ride with Luka when the time needs to be ride time, Spencer could be one of those guys potentially. And he has that chip on his shoulder. We've seen him before the injury with Brooklyn. He was putting up good numbers. Putting up stellar play. Injury backed him up a little bit. And now it's the time to show that I'm still or close to who I was. And it's a good spot for him to be in Dallas right now where they're looking for somebody like that.
True that. Number 5, Memphis Grizzlies. Up 2 spots from number 3. They're 4-4 in their last 8. But they're still holding on.
Ends of ways right now. And with a team like this, they can lose because of the flashing lights depending on the night. Because that's their type of team right now, and John Morant's leading the motor. And I said last year that this guy in big games, seemed to not want the ball or want to show up. He's done nothing but that this year. Jaren Jackson is staying healthy. The ball movement over there is so lovely that when Ja touches it, it just lights cameras action. One question I have about Memphis, is, like I said earlier, the media, the whole thing. Ja Morant's becoming a stud right now. We know he was drafted after Zion. We know Zion's hurt right now. He's getting that bulk of that time right now. We know he's one of the best point guards in the league. But there's a season that comes with this playoff time, and a lot of these players that we're going to be talking about in the next few weeks, playoff time is going to be very crucial to them. And it's going to dictate what it dictates all the time. That regular season basketball does not matter.
True.
And Bucks in 7 games. And John Morant's proven me and done things this year they didn't do in the regular seasons in the past. And he's doing it this year. And I only hope for great playoff success. And I only hope for great success out of this Memphis Grizzlies team because they're playing like they're going to be there at the end or try to be there at the end. But the Western Conference is the NBA all around this year. It's going to be a horse race. It's going to be a dogfight to the finish.
Philadelphia 76ers, number 4. They're 5-0 with James Harden.
5-0 with James Harden. They played the Knicks twice. Timberwolves. I mean, I like the Timberwolves. No disrespect to them. So right now, they just the new trade, the schedule look right. You know what I'm saying? They're looking good. They're looking real good. I don't think the motor's gonna last that long. Just imagine now, you see Embiid and James Harden rocking. Now one of them have a bad game. And one of them have a bad game. What happens? Now Max is really Tobias Harris is really gonna step it up. They got rid of pieces like Seth Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing for them is can the motor last? Can the motor last? Because you gotta remember, Embiid's not the most healthiest person in the world in terms of basketball shape. Harden's had his issues. Rather people think he's playing or not. Physically. Does the motor stay on?
Right.
Does Doc Rivers get this team over the hump? We have seen Doc Rivers with better teams. Haven't got him over the hump. So are we saying that this is the best Philly team?
Nah, Doc is what Doc is. They won't have success because of Doc.
Right. In terms of 2 players, yeah, this is a good tandem right here. But the motor, can they keep the motor going? Right. I say a lot about these teams like, in May, can they keep it up? These teams are gonna have to keep it up.
Number 3, Boston Celtics, up 3 spots from number 6.
I gotta talk about these guys. I'm from Brighton, Massachusetts, guys. I'm gonna talk about the Celtics. I'm gonna be real with y'all right now. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Boston Celtics. I like to hire Udoka when they hired him. Right. I feel like early in the season, as every Celtics team does, they try to over-penetrate, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on the team tries to overvalue the players more than they are. And it has to deal with reality sometimes. Mm-hmm. Reality right now is that y'all gel up a very good team going into the playoffs. Y'all are playing players the right way. Y'all have a rotation good enough that I'm like, okay, this is the same rotation every night. Bet. Cool. And then these are the guys that's going to play when y'all up 20. That's been the issue for a long time to Celtics. They feel like they're friendly. They want to play 15 players in a basketball game. That's not going to happen in professional basketball. That's why you have those guys on the bench for 24 hours. But this year it feels different because your core guy, Jason Tatum, is playing out of his mind. Jaylen Brown, who's a good player, has been hurt. But Jason Tatum's been able to hold those guys and have those guys also ball out. Shout out to the Boston Celtics, man. Shout out to Al Horford, you know what I'm saying? Raising Robert Williams stock. Shout out to Grant Williams, man. That guy over there, man, he plays hard. Plays hard as hell. Keep smart. Marcus Smart. Shout out to Marcus, man. I love Marcus. I always love Marcus. I always said I wish Marcus was a Laker. And he wasn't, but at the same time, man, Marcus brings that intensity every night. He may do some crazy stuff, but shout out to the Celtics, man, for getting Danny Ainge out of there and hopefully turning the leaf. I still don't like Brad Stevens there, but hey, maybe him up top is different. I don't think he deserved that up top job, but shout out to the Celtics. Should they be number 3? Hell no. They should be last in the league to me. But they've been searching. They've been contenders since 2010. and we ain't seen nothing. So for the city's sake, I hope y'all do see something this year because it doesn't seem like the Red Sox are going to play. The MLB's being canceled right now, and I don't know if the Bruins are going to hold on. And we seen the Patriots what they did; they should have been in the playoffs. So hopefully the Celtics can do something. That's how New England is think. Oh, if the Patriots don't win, the Celtics are going to win. The Celtics are hot now. Oh snap, we're going to ride with the Celtics. And then in May, 4-2, somebody knocks them out. I just seen a post before the show. Shout out to my man Cled, man. I'm gonna shout you out, Cled. He said that the Celtics got the Eastern, he got championship vibes. Eastern Conference Finals, minimum. So Celtics fans are ready. Man. They're ready to throw the balloons. It's St. Patrick's Day in a week. It's green up here. St. Patty's Day in South Boston, they're gonna be going crazy.
Hey, you know that heat coming for you after this one, man.
Oh, they coming. They trying to rob. They trying to rob. I'm a Lakers fan too, so they hollering at the Lakers like we suck. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we all sucking right now. But at the end of the day, man, the radar's on you guys right now. Let's see what you guys can do.
True. Number 2, and it was in the number 2 spot last week at 44-22, the Miami Heat.
Ooh, Miami got everything you would want and need. Oh, man. And the thing about Miami is this is Miami. And it's not like they have a LeBron. I mean, I guess when they have LeBron in them, you could say for sure that they was probably going to win a title, LeBron and Wade. But other than that, every other Miami team is like they competitive, they good, but can they win? When it matters, can they score enough to win? We know they're going to play defense. Defensively, they're going to be out there and play. But they have a lot of good players on that team. And for what I see it in my ball of mine, I would say maybe it's too many good people in one basketball. So when it comes down to situational basketball, they have people that are a lot of friendly teammates, but who's not going to be friendly when the lights are really on? True that. And that's the only thing I have in Miami right now. They have everything you need to win. But I just feel like there's a lot of great players on that team, and there's only one basketball. Ryan, shout out to Ryan, man. Don't get me Chuck. Don't get me Chuck, man. I know somebody was here, man. I know somebody was watching. So I'm happy that you was watching it and you hear me talking. There's no fabrication. What I say on here is what I say in the postings and everywhere else. I wish the city was good. But for years, they've been, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we contenders, and don't win. I got to see y'all win.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. Tom's gone. Ain't going to be no more titles for a long time.
And the last one, the number 1 team that was number 1 last week at 52-13, and shouldn't be a surprise, the Phoenix Suns. And Chris Paul, he's about what? He's out of like another 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
It's Chris Paul. And everybody's going to say, oh, Chris might be healthy when we get back. Still got to have the radar on them. And they're playing good basketball. This year, the only thing I have for them is they are not hunting now. They're being hunted.
Yes.
They're being hunted. That's all I'm going to say about them. They're being hunted this year. It's not on the back burner now. Y'all number 1 in the rankings right now for a reason. Despite not having Chris Paul. I hope Karen Payne's dancing in a couple months, just like he was doing last year. Because I don't think he is.
Think so?
I want my Lakers to get in the play-in. I want my Lakers to play them again. I want my Lakers to beat their asses. I'm not dealing with the bullshit. Last year, losing to them guys last year was the only time I felt like a backcourt was going to dominate us because of who they had. And people say, oh, man, Mini Kobe and Booker don't say that. But looking at Chris and Booker last year was just like, damn, man, everybody, you know the slogan, what if CP would have came to LA? That's all I'm going to say. But for Phoenix's sake, let's see if they're dancing this year like they did last year.
We shall see, man. Playoffs are getting here on us real fast. Like teams are starting to shape together. People getting healthy. Playoff positioning coming to question. I know I've been seeing some shows and posts with them already talking about, strength of schedule and tie-breaking scenarios and all that stuff. So it's getting pretty close to that time.
Every season ends in a good story or interesting story. I'm getting good vibes over here, but I'm just going to leave it to myself right now.
Anthony says the Suns don't need Chris Paul. Keep him out for the playoffs. Let him get healthy.
Hold on. Is he saying they don't need him?
Don't need him for the regular season. Just
let
him get completely healthy.
Yeah, regular season wise, yeah. Just don't even let him, you know what I'm saying, in limit minutes. Let those young, because like I said, those guys behind Chris Paul are really gonna have to do not more what they did last year, but they're gonna have to keep that up.
Right.
And show a little bit more. And Chris Paul coming in, and you know how Chris Paul is gonna come in, he's gonna try to vamp himself, you know what I'm saying? He's a warrior. So
okay. Well, we're going to take our first break. Went over a little bit tonight, but I wanted to go through those top 10 teams. Two gave us some valuable feedback and insight, so we appreciate you. We're going to take this quick break. We're going to be back in about, what do we call it around here? 15, 20. Hold tight.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Gritty checking in. This Friday I'm live with STWF Media, man. Little interview coming soon. Everybody, y'all tune in. Man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. And welcome back to the Number Basketball Show. It's your host, Coach Lee, and Brother Two up in here. Man, so it can be a basketball show without talking about, we like to talk about our team that we support, but can't be a basketball show without a Lakers sighting. And this one is too many Chiefs. I'm sorry, too many chefs, rather. There's a familiar face that's been popping up as far as being a consultant and helping the owner, Jenny Buss, a Mr. And former two-time former coach, Phil Jackson. We talked about this last week. The Rambis family, he and his wife, the Busses, LeBron, his team. Now you got Phil in the mix. What's going on in Tinseltown? Is that too many chefs in the kitchen?
It's just becoming a lot of crap. I could deal with LA and the media, and I could deal with the city there. It's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of media. It's what it carries. Only so many people could play there. Too many chefs in the kitchen, absolutely there is. Too many forks, too many spoons. You know what is too many forks, too many spoons, and less people? They still get lost anyway. So regardless of it, when it gets bigger, they're going to get lost even more. Let me tell you this right now. Phil Jackson being a part of anything is the worst way to go because you're dealing with LeBron's camp. And though this guy has been in the league the same time as LeBron, Carmelo does not like Phil Jackson. And that kind of probably strongenates to LeBron and the rest of them. The LeBron camp. And then you got the other camp, Rob Pelinka. There's just so many kids. And then though Kurt Rambis and the Busses, you know what I'm saying? They right. Together. They ain't really together. Too many chefs in the kitchen. This is your real Hollywood story. Now, these rumors that you're hearing in Laker Town, I used to not believe them until they was told believable. But I believe every single one of them. I believe every single one of them, Coach. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I see the sinking ship. I see it. I see the sinking ship. Now, we was bad. We was bad for 6 seasons before this occurrence happened with this team in 2020, and we was ended up winning it. Injuries the next year. And last year. And then this year, yeah, it's getting too crazy now. And now you got my boy Russ in there, and now he's looking crazy over there. So now my mind is looking all crazy right now. I got to go out here, be a supporter of my team. I'm betting hundreds every night on this basketball team. They're not getting it done. Then LeBron on Saturday, when I don't bet on him, he wants to have 56 points and get a W. It's kind of like they know I'm betting on these guys. But why would you want to shame a good Lakers fan of all this?
Anthony says, I thought it was so bad Phil Jackson coming back for a 10-day contract.
But throughout all this stuff, this is going to have to – it just sucks that this is going to be all the way a fall-down ship. This has not been one point this season where the ship's been upright at all.
Nah, they've been treading water.
It's been treading water
all season.
I heard on sports shows, I heard people like Nick Wright saying that LeBron should hang it up for the rest of the regular season. They should just let him just like free of him of duty. What the hell is this? What? What? No. Oh, hell no. That's not what we're doing. Lakers, y'all better get together. Real shit. Y'all better get it together because I haven't really expressed hard feelings towards you guys, but y'all making it to a good review show at the end of the season when I got to review you guys. And if you guys are not in the playoffs or another one round out this year, I'm going to be disgusted.
Man, that's harsh words, man.
I'm going to be disgusted.
Spoken from a Laker fan.
Kobe's rolling over in his goddamn grave right now. Rest in peace, Kobe. They got Rob looking like a puppet over here.
Man, we're going to take our last break.
Damn shame.
We're going to take our last break. We'll be back by 15, 20, and the foolishness is going to continue. I'll be back shortly.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Home stretch is ahead. Man, so when I bring up Bradley Beal, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
He needs to get the hell out of Washington. Should have been out of Washington.
The ding, ding, ding. So this one is kind of conflicted. So the rumor that's going around is he's actually said it's fair to say that he's leaning towards signing a Wizards contract extension. And I don't know what I think about that. Is that just for the security? Is he more injured than we're being told? You know, if he does re-sign, it'll be for about $241 million over the course of 5 years. Versus taking a 4-year deal, $180 million with another team. So you think he's just trying to do that so he can sign the contract, get the max deal, then force them to trade him? Or do you think he really wants to be there?
I think it's kind of like the Dame situation. You might want to be there. But then I say to the organization, y'all owe yourselves. And there's no disrespect to Bradley Beal. You guys need a new jersey to sell. Y'all need a new jersey to sell. I said this with Damian Lillard. Portland needs a new jersey to sell. You can't sell Damian Lillard jerseys all day, every day. Because once your whole fan base got them, now they're trying to look for a new jersey. You're going to force them into a Nurkic jersey. You know, he's hurt every year. You know, CJ McCollum's jersey just got burnt up probably by 40% of the fans. And it wasn't his fault. They traded him. He didn't want to go. You know what I'm saying? So, in my mind, this is the same situation. They need new jerseys. Some way, somehow, they got to get Bradley Beal out of there, and it's due diligence to him. He wants the bag. He knows he has Washington like this right now. They love him. But at the end of the day,
so they deserve each other.
No,
they know what. You don't think they deserve each other?
I learned in life that, hey, y'all may think y'all deserve each other, but what happens is you need new revenue, you need new stream, you need new blood. After a while, I guess you need new blood, you need new light. Not to all things, but certain things that really looks ideal or really looks stuck. Now, Bradley Beal's talent being wasted in Washington, absolutely. The talent's been wasted since him and John Wall couldn't get it done. Now you got
now he get what he gets.
Yeah, he's been a teacher for so many years now. Now it's time for him to, you know what I'm saying, get that good job. AKA be with a good team and try to contend.
Okay. So
take that for life. Take that for life advice to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just don't gotta be for sports.
And the reason why I'm saying that is he probably looking and saw they was able to move James Harden in his max contract. But I'm thinking he's saying he wants to be there, but then there's another rumor floating around. Speaking of James Harden, he wants to join Harden and Embiid with the 76ers for next year.
Now, if that rumor is true, which I heard it too, if I'm Washington, I'm like, word. I'm like, word. Why not? Why not do that? We get rewarded. Washington, you can get rewarded. Philly, you know, gonna give you some players. They gonna give you some picks. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple good players left over there in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Something to give you Maxey. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Dabble with it. What's his name is? Tobias. I don't know. Give them all up. I seen this comment in my group today, and I said, hey, give it all up. Philly right now, they know Embiid ain't gonna be able to ride the wheels that long with them legs. They gotta try.
Yeah, he got bad wheels.
30 for 30 called the Liberty Bell Part 2. Because it's all gonna fall down and then gonna get hit again. Philly, man. Let's see what happens. But that guy, Bradley Beal, if he wants to leave, if I'm Washington, I'm like, word up. This is what we wanted to happen. Like, soon as the day that Dame says, okay, I want to leave now, Portland's going to be like, they're going to be whispering each other. It's like, word, we finally got this motherfucker to leave.
But here's something that's just a little wrinkle in that scenario of another rumor that former Wizard, current Rocket, John Wall wants to go back to Washington, and Bill is not opposed to the move.
Bill's not opposed to the move because that love for John Wall was love. That's the love that Bradley Beal wants to secure in Washington. That's what he wants to secure. And that just means that there was a problem between Bill and Wall, and they was basically hiding it the whole time. But you obviously on the basketball court seen it. Mm-hmm. But the question is, why would they bring John Wall back? If John Wall's a guy that still wants to get minutes, still wants to play, you're gonna bring him under that circumstance for your basketball team right now?
It's gonna be another Westbrook type of situation.
Rebuild, and I won't say it's another Westbrook situation. Maybe John Wall has bigger plans. Maybe his mind's changed over the last couple months. The last time I checked, it wasn't like that. But being in Washington and being somewhere where you want to be, maybe he'll sacrifice some things. You know, some people, you know, maybe he'll Carmelo it. You know what I'm saying? And opposed to the young players playing and just being there and being able to help.
That's pretty optimistic outlook.
Just being in Washington. If it was anywhere else, I would say, no, don't add John, blah, blah. He wants to play all these minutes. But Washington, you know, maybe there's been some underlying talk. You know what I'm saying? He was very vital to that city. He's probably still very vital to that city. So who knows what's going on?
So you can potentially have a core of him, Bill, and KP.
Yeah, and then Bill's like, I don't want that because I don't want no reboot. I don't want no reboot with Kristaps Porzingis. This ain't gonna work. Send me to Philly with Embiid and Harden and let me work. Let me work.
Hey, how you doing, Emily? Appreciate you stopping by.
No doubt.
Well, bruh, who you got for shout outs this week?
I want to shout out to each and every one of you guys that tuned in, commented, liked. If you subscribe tonight, shout out, man. The more subscribers, the more fire we can give you guys. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody who wished Jaleesa a happy birthday, man. Shout out to you, Coach, man, for, getting stuff ready. You know what I'm saying? And getting us ready to rock and roll tonight. Shout out to man, you know what I'm saying? Doing some good things this week, man. You know what I'm saying? For not only the show, but the group and everybody united. So look out for that stuff to come, man. Shout out to him. He's sitting on the couch right now being happy because New Orleans winning some games. So we're going to let him live in his moment tonight.
Shout because he knows before he know it, this dismal football season gonna be upon him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. We appreciate you guys. Thanks, Emily. Appreciate you.
Be back soon. Definitely. Come by.
Shout out to my Mavs. They're playing the Knickerbockers tonight.
Knicks gonna win.
Knicks gonna win.
Knicks gonna win by 7.
By 7.
Yeah, Knicks gonna win by 7 tonight.
Yeah, they beating us right now, 41-19.
Oh,
yeah.
snap! Oh!
It's looking good, man.
The Knicks is about to be out there slamming y'all. We talking all that tonight. Where Lucas Riders at, dog? Where Lucas Riders at tonight?
We still in this bad boy. Well, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate you for hopping on here tonight, too. The show's always fun when having any other way. Make sure y'all tune in with us on Monday for the OTS BS show. Get up in the group, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And holler at your boys when you get a chance. With that being said, appreciate y'all. Peace.
Sure, take care.